We're ready to go. They've swapped sides on the ice. Bismarck wins the opening faceoff, and we are good to go. Gus Albert lofts it down the ice. Francisco taps it off for Jimmy Dodig. And a hard collision as Ruth went into the backside of Dodig, ended up collapsing. Snyder taps it off for Richardson. Richardson looking to the middle, can't get around Ryan Lund. Rather, that's Bobby Williams, excuse me. Scoreless after the first. Not often do you see either of these teams scoreless after the first period. Bismarck averaging 1.3 goals per game in the first period. That's their second highest. Lipset intercepts, down the lane he goes, drags, shot, and his follow-through caught a Bobcat. And that looks like that is Jimmy Dodig. He's skating back to the Bobcats bench. Not a high stick. He went down to block it, took a follow-through straight to the dome. Snyder's shot blocked by Francischetti. Rink-wide pass to the center point. Pietola drive. Lipset gets in the way. Pietola gets the rebound, skates his way down Main Street, flips it into the blocker of Solomon. Long shot. Solomon closing up and covering. A minute 10 into this one. There's Maureen Forbrook from Mayo Clinic, the trainer for the Austin Bruins, looking at Dodig. Bismarck, when tied after the first, just 16 times. They're 10-4-2. The Austin Bruins, 8-6-1, also only 14, now 15 times. Cronin, long shot, deflected wide by Harker. Harker out of California. Playing for the Lincoln Stars 18U AAA this season. It's where Sam Klein came from. With the Bobcats, 3 assists in 4 games for him. A lot of APs have been doing well for Bismarck. Good future for them as Coleman gets sandwiched between Kressel and Pietola. This one shoveled. Williams chasing. Won't be enough for icing. Kressel trying to shove Willie out of the way. Ellison tracks it down to the near side. Kicked around and out as Browning dumps it in deep. 17:54 on the clock. Just over 2 minutes gone by. Williams will set up shop. Former high school quarterback from Racine, Wisconsin. Ellison, guided in by Paddington, will roll behind. As you heard AV say during the intermission, got to get some of those second chances. That's where the Bruins thrive, is on the rebounds. But here's Haruza. They thrive here as well to Simon, and just out of his reach. We've seen that connection too many times. Bell has Rakowski, saved by Solomon, knocked to the near side, all the way up top. Haruza trying to chip it out. It's sent back around by Bell. Williams tries to drag it along with him, unsuccessfully, bouncing in the slot. And Dodig back out on the ice, sends it in deep. Lund lofts it rink wide, kicked away by Dodig. Lunsky, shot saved from Solomon, just over 3 minutes passing here in the second period. One thing that Bismarck does fairly well, stay out of the box. Just about 18 minutes per game, which I know doesn't sound all too hot. Actually is 7th in the Central Division. Bruins are 8th, just over 19 penalty minutes a game. But they've been doing a great job of staying out of the box so far. Bruins have yet to have a power play. Bruins' top power play in the league. However, went 0 for 7 last weekend. Looking for the leading pass for Sorensen. He'll catch it down the wall. Has McKay up the middle. Shot! And that rings all the way over to the near side. Netting for a Cobblestone Hotel. Puck out of play right off of the shoulder of Francisco. Sorensen didn't have the cleanest pass to McKay. Decided to hold on to it himself. Both of those Bruins making their debuts against Bismarck, acquired at the trade deadline. McKay from the Shreveport Mudbugs. Sorensen from the Warriors. Sorensen actually went to the New Hampshire Mountain Kings first before going to the Warriors. Made it to Oklahoma right after Garrett Roth left the team and went up to Janesville. Of course, that was the happening last year. Roth was actually supposed to be the head coach of the Janesville Jets before, about a month before the season. He got the call from Bobcats owner Tom Briggle to be the head coach of the Bobcats after Lane Senevy was stepping away. Roth, basically the all-time leader in so many statistical categories for the Bobcats. Bismarck, a second home for him. Had to take the job. He was an assistant coach in Bismarck before heading down to Wichita Falls, then Oklahoma. Shot over to Ziski at the left point. Cuts to the middle, drags, and diving out is Ruth to make the block. Back over, Snyder rips one high of the crossbar. Lund gets tripped up, no call. They're saying Lund was stumbling before the stick got in his skates. Shoveled back over to the War Road native. 15:27 on the ticker. Lund up the logo, down the middle, long shot blocker to the, stays on top of the door, did not go into the netting. Lipset feeds it up to Bobby Williams, now to the goal line. Pulls up, loses his skates. Puck loose over to the half wall. Alamon taps it out. Albert rims it around. Pietola will cut it off at the half wall. Paddington can't intercept. Alamon overskates, cycled back low for Lipset. Tap Paddington, tries the shot, blocked, knocked down. Coleman a drive, clean up, scrambling. Francisco doesn't cover it. Where's the puck? It's not in yet, and Bismarck brings it out. Here comes Harker with some numbers. Alamon gets around Bobby Williams. Alamon shot, he didn't get it off. Now the Bruins have numbers going the other way. Lipset down the left wing. Albert leading the charge. Shoveled towards the middle, rink wide. Bobby Williams, long shot tipped high off the glass. Coleman winds up the pitch and scores! Coleman with the shot, and the Bruins lead 1-0.